This is an Evergreen Media Network studio production. Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hey, welcome to the show. We're so glad you could be here with us today. It is March in Vero Beach. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't this what it's all about? And this is, I work with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. I've been doing this real estate thing for 18 years. I've lived in Vero Beach for 23 years, raised our son here. It's absolutely beautiful. And what I always say when I start the show is selling real estate is not about condos or homes or brick and mortar. It's about lifestyle. Why are people picking Vero Beach over other places that they could be? I mean, we know in Jupiter there's a lot more restaurants, a lot more action, a lot more going on. There's places in Orlando. They got all the attractions. But Vero Beach is a special place. It's a really special place. And I think that the reason why we're all here is because of all the fabulous things that we have to offer. I actually had some clients in my car this weekend. They were from Cleveland, but also had a beach house in Cape May, New Jersey, which is a fabulous small town. I mean, it's a really teeny little island with all these old, ancient, 100-year-old homes that you would suspect on that island. And they were like, this place has a really nice vibe. And I think Vero does have a really nice vibe. And so when people find this place, then they say, yeah, Lori, I think we're in the right spot. Now let's find the right place to live, to purchase. So that's kind of what I'm all about here at Lori Davis and the Lori Davis Show. Now, Cindy, great vibe, great town.
Yeah.
Great weather. What do you got going on? Where you been? What are you doing?
What did I do? I don't know.
What did you do?
This is like an off week for me.
It is. You're you've been traveling like every other week for 2 months.
Yeah, I have been. But this is an off week, so I'm getting my car fixed this week. What else am I doing?
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's
all right. Just enjoying anything yard work. You got a beautiful home.
Yep, I got my
everything.
Roof done, so that's fabulous. And now I can actually work on my yard.
Oh, that's good.
And you know what I thought too? With a new roof, I'm going to paint some of the stuff different colors now.
Oh, good.
So, yeah. That's what I need another project.
You had said that you were going to do some trim work in the door. Did you already do that?
No,
I forget when I dropped you off if I saw that.
I did it in mango color, but now that I changed the roof, I think I'm going to go to turquoise color.
Oh, there you go.
So,
And it's your house. You can have at it.
I want.
That's great.
Yeah.
And she lives in that beautiful neighborhood right by St. Helens. It's called McCanch Park.
Yep.
It's a fabulous old neighborhood, one of the original neighborhoods on the mainland that is just fabulous. People love living there. Very intimate, beautiful streets. They kind of waggle around so people aren't flying through all the time. We love McCanch Park. So that's great. Well, what's happening around town this week? This is my favorite time of year. March is like when it all starts to peak in Vero Beach.
Yeah, it does.
It starts the Fireman's Festival on the 8th through the 17th. So that's out at the Vero Beach Fairgrounds. Now, music, rides, food, competitions. They have livestock. They do that. They do canning competitions.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do.
They do craft competitions, right?
Yeah.
For people, if you want to get involved, you just go online to the Fireman's Festival and you can register there. Get involved. Do something fun like that. I think it'd be fun to get yourself out of the house. The weather's going to be great. It's very well managed as well. And it's the firemen. Come on. We love these guys. They're amazing. I saw something on there that said Demolition Derby.
I want to drive in that.
I know you do. Is there really? I couldn't find,
Love it.
One place said it, and then I couldn't find anything more about it. I thought, are you tricking me?
I want to do that.
I know you do.
I do.
Who doesn't? I want to drive my car that I drove in here in that thing. I just want to have a good time. No, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, my absolute favorite is this weekend, Under the Oaks.
Yeah, totally.
Under the Oaks.
Yes.
Okay. For those of you listening, okay, so today is Tuesday. We're taping. Sunday is what we're playing. It goes until 5 p.m. So you have an hour by the time this comes on. Like, Lori, what? But anyway, you should already know. It's Under the Oaks at Riverside Theater. Okay, it's right behind there. They have a beautiful meandering paths. It is Under the Oaks. It's one of the top juried shows in Florida, and I've heard it's starting to go national
No,
too.
it's definitely nationwide.
Is it nationwide?
Totally nationwide, yeah.
So the art that you're going to see there, the artists that are coming in to show their wares, and whether it's jewelry or art or it's amazing. It's
totally.
amazing. And so if you bought a home, okay, so let's talk real estate. If you bought a home or you're renovating your home or doing something, you're looking for that perfect piece of art, how nice would it be to go directly to the artist? Right. And then, be a benefactor to pay them directly. I think it's very expensive to join, but it's so good. And they're so diverse. There's so much different. There's pottery and there's jewelry and there's painting and there's watercolors. And anyway, I love Under the Oaks. It starts Friday. It goes through Sunday. The weather's supposed to be pretty good. On Sunday, they said maybe a little bit of showers, but go in there early. I hate when it rains on them. I feel so bad for them. It makes me feel sad in my heart. But they do such a great job. So don't forget, Under the Oaks, right next to Riverside Theater this weekend. Fantastic.
And you know what's another thing? I'm just going to shout this out to White Glove, too. They're there, and they can ship any of the stuff.
Yes. You know, I love Anna Valencia at White Glove. Shout out to Anna. Yeah. She's so good. No, I tell everybody White Glove. Yeah. Everybody goes, I got to move near or far. Yeah. White Glove. Shout out to White Glove. We're going to talk to Anna. I'll let her know she's on the show. I'll send her a link. And then there's a skimboard Pro-Am at Sebastian Inlet. Now, our guest today has two boys, but I think they might be a little young for that. But they will be one day. They will be skimboarding out there. It's Saturday and Sunday, and it's a Pro-Am, which means actually it's probably going to be serious competition. Yeah. And if you even just want to go watch, that would be cool because it's going to. I know that there's some waves coming in. I saw somebody today who's a Dale Sorensen agent. Shout out to Terry Thompson, saying he's going to go surf tomorrow down in Fort Pierce. Wow. So if Thursday's happening, so I'm sure this weekend's going to have something going on. So go down to Sebastian Inlet, take a picnic, take some chairs, go down and have a good time. Get outside. It's so beautiful. DS Kinky Boots, can't forget Riverside Theater. Kinky Boots is still going on. Great show. I've seen it. It's wonderful. Laura, Cindy's daughter, saw it. Really good. Lots of people have seen it. It's a lot of fun. Dale Sorensen Real Estate by the Numbers. We always talk about how we've been doing year to date. Dale Sorensen has sold $142 million in real estate thus far as of today, which is 3/5, I believe. And we've got 23.7% of the market share. The next closest competitor has $67 million with 11.2% of the market share. So we've really been doing well at Dale Sorensen Real Estate. We try really hard to serve our clients, whether you're a buyer or seller. We definitely are trying to do our best for you. So call me, Lori Davis, or anyone at Dale Sorensen. I think you'll be happy with the service that you get. Inventory is up versus last year. Everybody's saying there's a little more inventory out there. Yeah, it's about 13%, but under contract, buyers are buying. So get your price right, because if you're sitting there and you're not getting showings and you're not getting buyers, you need to lower your price. Okay, that's what it is. Listen to your realtor. If she's not or he's not saying that, that's what you need to do. Or call me, Lori Davis. We'll get it fixed for you and we'll get it sold. Solds are about even. So, but under contract was like double what was going on last year. Wow. So inventory is up, but buyers are ready. There's so many buyers out there, guys. If you don't get it priced right, you're not going to sell that house. If it's priced right, they're ready to go. They're ready to pull the trigger. There's a lot of cash out there too. I'm not getting a lot of finance deals. There's a lot of people that, took care of the stuff up north and now they're ready to buy down here, but they're not overpaying for it. So it's not like it was back in the COVID years where people were paying over or whatever. Those days are gone. Citrus Grill House, we always have a cocktail. Here we go. It's a watermelon margarita today. I don't know. I was just feeling it. Thank you, Chef Scott Maricchio at Citrus Grill House for the beverage of the day. We're going to have our guest on in just a second. I know I'm running on, but it's so good. What's wrong? Oh, it was in my face? I didn't care. It's such a delicious margarita. Thank you, Chef Scott. It's at 1050 Easter Lily Lane. I take one sip and I can't talk.
That's it. She's done.
It's fantastic. It happens every time. I take one sip and then I can't talk. It's great. Anyway, 1050 Easter Lily Lane. It's right there at Hummiston Park, right there on the ocean. I was telling my guests to just keep going right there on the ocean. You can't beat it. There's a beautiful place for lunch. There's a picture if you can see it, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook Live. It's right there. So go on and see them. They're open Monday to Saturday. They do lunch and dinner. Fabulous food. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. Staff is fantastic. Chef is working hard to bring lots of fresh stuff in. So if you haven't been in a while, you need to go because right now it's going to be different than the last time you were there. I had some amazing beet dish thing. It was so good. Anyway, thank you, Chef Scott, for the beverage. Now, on to our guest. Let's get to the meat of the show. Our guest, he is a pastor. He is a father. He holds a master's degree in divinity and regularly travels to different parts of the world to lead mission teams. We're here today because this inspiring individual has written a book and a workbook. There's a workbook, so you don't just get to read the book. You got to go to the workbook and finding our purpose in life. Let's introduce Payton Minzenmayer. Got it. Yay. Hi, Payton. How are you?
Oh, it's so good to be here.
Oh, I was working on that pronunciation, and I didn't. I think I messed it up.
You're fine. You got it.
Minzenmayer.
Minzenmayer.
So I did say it right.
You did go.
I got it right the first time.
You're
See,
good.
Go with your gut.
Yeah, don't doubt yourself.
No, I know, right? Okay, and that's what you're all about.
Yes,
this is what
am.
it's about. All right, so this book, it's a story on purpose. It's
That's
a story.
right.
It's called A Story on Purpose. It's also a story with a purpose.
Yes.
There's a story within a story. Tell us about how this came about.
Yeah, so you mentioned I'm a pastor.
Yes.
And as a young pastor, I work with a lot of young people. And with young people, regardless if they're religious or not, they talk with me about, I feel stagnant, don't feel like my life has meaning. I feel stuck. I don't know what to do next. I feel paralyzed. And as I was having these conversations on a regular basis, I thought, well, I have a lot of knowledge because I read self-help books. I read, all kinds of content that helps guide my thing. But you can't just hand those kinds of books to people who feel stuck because they feel stuck.
Yeah.
And so what if, I thought, you could give them a story, not just a story that, is fun to read and engaging and stuff, but a story that when they walked away from it, they got something from it, that they learned something from it.
Right.
Which a lot of stories have, but this has very distinct purposes, as if, and really what my sage character, the one that's giving this advice Don is his name, that's right. And he's a quirky individual, an older man kind of thing, kind of like your wise Yoda figure kind of thing. But he's the accumulation of all of this knowledge that I've read, that a lot of people have read. And it's just like, what if you could apply those in your life just on a beat by beat basis?
Yeah.
And what I really loved about this concept is you not only get the information, but you get the internal struggle with the information.
Right.
So you get to relate to a character, Ethan, who is probably struggling the same way you are of applying these things. And how does he navigate those obstacles?
That's amazing, because I think that's what I was saying, and your book was talking about when you go online, and I'll give you the website to go to. It's like the first step to finding purpose is realizing how important it is.
Exactly.
Right? Because here we are all kind of trying to figure out who we are, and you take it, and you were saying earlier as we started talking about it, you take care of kind of the younger kids at the church,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I would be in your group.
Yeah.
Just because I like the fun side of the deal.
Exactly.
No, I know. No. I'm just kidding. But, we've all heard about finding purpose.
Sure.
So how do we accomplish that?
Yeah. So when we think of purpose, we think of finding it under a rock. So it's like, oh, I'm going to go through life and I'm going to flip over all these rocks. If it's hobbies, if it's careers, if it's these achievements, and I'm going to find my purpose.
Aha.
And we just flip over, and we never find it.
Yes.
Right? So what I like to say is purpose is not something out there waiting to be found.
Okay.
Purpose is something you create, that you cultivate,
okay,
that you generate in your life.
Ooh.
And so it is taking control of your life. And in the book, I give five principles. In the workbook, it's working, I like to say the book is Ethan's story, the workbook is your story.
Yes.
Right? But regardless if you do the workbook or not, the book is focused on helping you create and cultivate the purpose that you were designed. I'm a pastor.
Yes.
So I believe all of us have a life design.
Of course.
And so it's cultivating and creating that life. And what are some practical things that you can do to create it for yourself?
Right. Okay. So I have the 5 things here in my paper. The first one is stay disciplined on the way to your goals. Sometimes easier said than done.
That's right.
Okay. Stay disciplined. So
so this is one, and it's kind of, because a story, you give a little quirky 1-sentence thing, but there's a lot of more meat to it. Yeah. So I like to put that into what I call the 3Ds. So wear your 3D glasses, what I like to tell people. And by 3D glasses, I say, know your direction, know where you're going, right? Know your path, because if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. You just like meander. But if you know you're going to Disney World, you know the path you need to take. You may not know the exact road, but you know the path.
Sure.
So know your direction. Yep. Then second D, know the discipline it's going to take to get to that destination, right? So what is it going to take for me to get there? What are other people not willing to do that I am willing to do? What's my discipline? And then finally, and this is the key, is the development you will experience along the way. And so that is actually key. We don't want to be a best-selling author. We don't want to run a marathon. We think we do, but that's just the end result of what we actually want. What we want is to be a writer. What we want is to be a runner. What we want is whatever we are learning along in the journey, so that when we reach that destination, we have a whole journey to look back on and say, that's who I actually am.
We've heard that all the time. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Right.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's like, I've heard it. And I think sometimes we're living it, but we don't know we're living it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. If you're doing something that you love, it doesn't feel like it's like discipline. It doesn't take that. Yeah. But you do have to focus a little bit in the beginning on what is that? Where am I going? What is the point?
Yeah, and that's creating
what is the purpose?
It's creating the momentum. It's like a rocket ship. It takes more energy for a rocket ship to get off the launch pad than it does the rest of its journey. Totally. So creating that momentum is the hard work. And there's no sugarcoating it. It takes hard work of intentionality. Yeah. But once you get it going, once you know your 3Ds, then that journey becomes a lot smoother.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. The second one is turn ordinary tasks into extraordinary achievements.
I love that one.
Yeah, tell me about it.
This is my favorite one. So John Wooden, he's a UCLA coach, legendary. Yeah. And he has many, 13 national championships, et cetera, et cetera. My favorite story of John Wooden is he would bring in these top athletes. So these are athletes that were recruited. These guys are ready to like dunk over, crisscross the basketball over the court, everything. And day one, he lines up all of his players. He says, today, I'm going to teach you how to tie your shoes. That's it. And it's beyond that. I'm going to show you how to put on your sock. Because here's what John Wooden realized, is that if you can't do the ordinary things extraordinarily, then you're going to miss all of the extra that comes behind it. And so he knows, like, if you don't put your sock on right, you'll get a blister. Yeah. And if you have a blister at the wrong time in the game, you lose the game. Yeah. So if you can do these ordinary things in your life, if you can become satisfied with the mundane, ordinary things, then you are far beyond what most people will do. Because most people want to just get to the excellence.
Of course.
They don't realize that overnight success, there's no such thing.
No, I know.
It takes ordinary days, ongoing, day after day, and that's what people actually don't want to do. No. They don't want to do the ordinary.
Yeah. People will say they don't want to do the work.
Exactly.
It's true. There's a lot of millennials that are like, no, I just want to be the VP of the company. Yeah. And I was like, but you just started. You got years to do.
And we live in a culture that amplifies, and you can visually see all of the top executives and all of the top influencers. You don't see the work that takes to get there.
It's true. Right. That's true. I know. And I don't mean to say it, but like somebody that's very good at what they do, they make it look easy. Mm-hmm. So like, oh, I'm going to do what you do. And I'm like, that's not easy what you do.
It's not easy.
It's not easy what I'm doing. It's not easy what Cindy does. Hey, listen, we pay for this with commercials. We have to take a commercial break. We'll be back with Payton and talk a little bit about a story on purpose and purpose in our lives. See you guys in a little bit. Be right back.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal Upholstery, Four Seasons, and Capri. We also have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. And right now, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and also visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture, stop on in today and have a sunshine day.
Kinky Boots is coming to Riverside, a dazzling extravaganza with music and lyrics by Cyndi Lauper. It's the story of a failing shoe factory. When the owner meets up with a fabulous drag queen, she helps him save the business. Winner of the Tony for Best Musical, Kinky Boots, is now playing at the beautiful Riverside Theater in Vero Beach. But you don't have to wait. Get your best tickets now at the box office or online at riversidetheater.com.
Hey guys, we are back. We are here with Payton and A Story on Purpose, which is a book, but it also comes with a workbook. We're going to talk about it today, and then you guys can all buy this stuff on Amazon. Okay, one of the 5 tenets of the book is win the war of negativity seething in your mind. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this is where the story element of it really captures, because what I found is in this book is it's not just young people buying it, it's older people who may not even be struggling with this, but they know somebody who is.
Yeah.
And I think almost every person can think of one person in their life, especially young people, who are struggling in their mind.
Definitely.
And they don't understand it. So you get to see the internal struggle. What I like to say when it comes to the book and the content, there's a lot to say. In fact, I give 10 mental strength tips in there that you can go through that list.
Cool.
But what I like to say is, if you don't control what comes in, then you won't have any control of what goes out, right? Or what goes on inside. And so if you are constantly feeding yourself, in the book I talk about poison and junk food, right? You're going to get out of the motor what kind of gasoline or what kind of substance you put into the motor. And so if you want a mind that's working for you, working in your direction, then you have to pay attention to what you are feeding that mind.
Yeah.
Because there's an old story of 2 dogs that a white dog and a black dog, and the owner would fight these dogs, right? And so he would always win the bets. And they asked him, how do you know which dog is going to win? He says, the one that I feed. That's the one that's going to win.
That's the one that's going to win.
That's the one that's strengthened.
So consuming what you consume is what's going to make you win.
Exactly. So I give very practical in there, but that is the overarching idea, is control what is inside or goes in, then you can control what comes out of it.
Absolutely. And that's so physical, too. That's in so many things in our lives,
and that's
right?
most of these principles.
It is. All right. The one I wanted to talk about, because I've been doing this a long time. Leverage fear to work for you, not against you.
Yeah.
We all have fear. We're all afraid of something. I mean, I get nervous when I have to show property. I've been doing this for so long, but leverage that to work for you, not against you. Tell you about that.
Yeah, so you hit it just right. All of us have fear. Yeah. And we like to think of fear as something that you have to get rid of. The problem is, as a pastor, is that fear is an emotion that God has given you.
Yeah.
It's just another emotion that we can use and leverage. So I like to personify fear as a person in a car. Okay, so you're driving along in your car, and fear is always going to be in the car with you. Okay. Sometimes fear can be in the trunk. Yeah. Right? It's just stuffed back there. It's whenever it's necessary to protect you, whatever, that's when you use it. But the problem is whenever fear is in the front seat or whenever you allow fear to take the wheel.
Yeah.
Right? So we never want fear to control us. We want to be the one that's utilizing and leveraging fear. I have a really fun little story. I'm not going to give it, but in the book, there's a fun little story of a soldier that works through fear and that you can pull practicality from.
That's great. That's great. Now, A Story on Purpose, Payton Minzenmayer. It is on Amazon. You can find it there. We'll have it. You'll be on my website. We'll have it posted at Facebook Live. You guys need to find it. And also, we can find the workbook there. Thank you so much for coming. We'd love to have you again. There's so much more we can cover.
I know.
And it's so positive, and I love that. We need positive things in the world. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here. We're so glad you're here. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend. It's Vero Beach. It's March. You guys need to just go out there and have a good time. We will see you here next week. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.